Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a different kind of video. This is going to be a speed build of the area around my plaza, my front yard, and the front yards of my villagers' houses. I will be talking throughout the video and kind of go through my thought process as I was doing some of this construction. So to start off, I already had some in-game paths around my plaza, but I felt that after looking at my map, I needed a little bit more paths around the plaza. So here I'm just adding some more of the brick in-game path around the plaza. I like using the brick path, especially during the winter season in the game, as it looks really like worn down, and I like the look that it gives. As you can see, I had some of the fencing up, so I had to take that down so that I could add the path right up next to the plaza. And the brick path is the closest to the path that's already, that the plaza is already made out of. So I thought it would be the best fit. So now I'm just putting back the fencing that was around the plaza, just to add a little bit of like border, I guess, around the plaza. And as you can see, I kind of messed up, so I had to get those few and put them back so that there's space for the villagers to walk from behind. And as you can see, I extend the paths out toward the bridge there, and I just cornered them off a little bit. And after running around the plaza, I realized that I also wanted to add path right in the front here. So I took the fencing down, I took the marketplace poles down so that I could add the path. And then I put all of the items back where they're supposed to go. So after I put all of those items back, I realized that I wanted to add more of the paths around the park, which is just next to the plaza. I do have those custom paths, the dirt path, down in a lot of areas around my island, but since this is so close to the plaza, I just wanted to add a little bit more path to make it a little bit more organized. So I just move some of the flowers and bushes. I take out that tree and I just place them somewhere else. And then I add more of the brick path, and I do take out quite a bit of the custom path that is currently surrounding the park. And as you can see, it just makes sense to add the path here so that it joins with the path that is already right next to the plaza. So next I go to my house. This is currently what my front yard looks like, and I'm not too happy with it, so I wanted to take out all of the items, erase the custom path that's currently there, and I wanted to add some in-game paths to my front yard. As you can see, my front yard is kind of cluttered at the moment, so I also want to move some things around so that it doesn't look so cluttered. As you can see, I have all 6 fossils buried around my front yard, and I did this so that they wouldn't spawn anywhere else on my island. So I kept them around my house so that I wouldn't have to run around the island every day. I don't need any of the fossils anymore because I've already found all the fossils for Blathers, and that part of my museum is complete already. So I just put them here for now, but I do put them somewhere else later. As for the path that I chose, I went with the wood path. Again, this path in the winter time in the game, it looks just so simple and rustic, and I really like the feel that it gives, especially in the winter. Again, it's kind of like worn down. It isn't as dark wood color as it normally would be. And as you can see here, I have quite a few gold roses, so I do pick those up and I do move them elsewhere for the time being. Once I have most of the wooden path down in my front yard, I start placing some of the items that were previously there. I did try to reorganize my front yard a little bit, so I put the natural table on this side as opposed to the other side. I move more of my gold roses to finish off the path on this side, and as you can see, I also take down the fencing again to add the path all the way to the end of the cliff there. And then I go ahead and add the fencing back. And from this point, I'm just going back and forth and collecting the items and putting them back in my front yard. And as you can see, my pockets are full. I didn't think to put the roses elsewhere. I don't know why I did that, but I made it more difficult on myself to have only a few pocket spaces available. So I do go back and forth quite a bit, but eventually I get all of the items back in my front yard, I have some music playing there. And when it comes to putting items down, I'm quite indecisive about where things should go or how they should be placed. So as you can see, I take quite a long time to figure out what I want to do with some of the items and where to place them. So eventually I pick up all the items that I left down there and I place most of them around my front yard. I did have some items in my pocket that I wasn't quite sure where to put them. So as you can see, I end up placing the dog house there with the pet food. And then I move on to my villagers' houses. So with my villagers' houses, I decided to add a little bit of the in-game path to the front of their houses just to give them like some doorstep area. As you can see with Sherb's and Lily's fronts, I did do like a 3x3, but when I got to Eric's house, I did a 2x3 because I thought it just looked a little bit cleaner. And so I go back and I fix Lily's and Sherb's yards. And then I do the same with Julia's house, Peggy's house, and then Molly's house. And over here I've got Tia's house, and Ursula's house. And on a different level, I have Shep's house and Marshall's house. And that's all I really did for their yards. I do plan on fixing up their yards to add more like furniture and stuff. And then I go back to my house. I hope you enjoyed this speed build video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Animal Crossing videos. See you in the next one.